Hello and welcome to your daily breathing practice. I'm Lynn and I'm so glad that you are part of our 365 Mindful Days community. I created this space for us to gather and have conversation around how do we take care of ourselves on a daily basis. And to me, really the base of that is learning, reteaching ourselves to just simply be in the moment instead of spending so much time in our heads, right? Fretting about the past, worrying about the future. And we lose just a lot of opportunities to just simply enjoy the moment, even if the moments are hard. I think through a daily breathing practice, we can also learn how to steady ourselves when some of those challenges arise. We can learn to let ourselves feel what we're feeling without grasping and attaching to all of those feelings. We can also learn to just be okay with what is. So truth be told, I'm highly agitated right now. And so I'm like, should I be guiding us in a little breathing practice? Maybe not, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because another truth be told, I've been struggling with being consistent with doing a little bit of breathing every day. Sometimes I don't even call it meditation, because really meditation is just simply sitting and breathing and focusing on something other than all of the thoughts in our heads, right? So that's what I like to do. I just like to just keep it simple, right? It's simple but not easy. Keep it simple so that we don't get all, what's the word? Like, sort of like, oh gosh, like all this judgment about the sitting and the breathing, where if we just sat down and breathed together, helped give each other permission to do that, helped each other be consistent in that, it would be a great experiment to just see what would happen when we start to develop the sitting and breathing practice as a habit, as one of our core habits, right? So I'm highly agitated. I've been struggling with consistency. Donovan, one of my scholars, and we've been trying to help each other be consistent. Each time we sit and breathe, we text each other. And really the goal and my dream in terms of hosting this online space through 365 is to help more of you do that, right? So that we can be in conversation, so that we can help each other share what that practice looks like, what it feels like, maybe some of the outcomes, the benefits that are rising as a result. And so I'd like to start putting out these maybe at least once a week, if not a couple times a week, videos where we can just simply sit and breathe together, because it's a pretty cool thing to do. It's, again, a simple but beautiful thing to help each other just sit and breathe. And so, being a certified meditation teacher, I'm going to lead us in a 10-minute meditation. That simply means that I'm going to guide us into our posture. I'm going to guide us into our practice, and then we're going to sit together in silence. This is the other thing, is that I'm agitated at the wind. I'm agitated at the traffic. I'm agitated that I didn't get up earlier. So I'm like, all of these, Do you ever feel like that, right? All the things, a lot of things. So like I could control getting up earlier, but can I control the wind? No, I can't. So my hope is that when I upload this video, I can take out some of that background noise so that it's not too distracting. But at the same time, it's like, I think the idea is to just be able to sit and breathe no matter what is swirling about, or swirling inside. And that's the beauty of this practice, is that when we start to do it regularly, and it's not about getting better at it, but it's allowing ourselves to be able to more easily just sit and be okay, even when it's windy, even when you're feeling agitated, even when you're feeling stressed. all those things. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to set our bell for 10 minutes here. And let's just take a nice seated position. I have a meditation cushion. You can use a pillow. You can just sit on the floor. What's cool though is if you do sit on the floor, if your hips are above your knees, that really just helps in terms of it feeling a little more comfortable when you're sitting. When you're sitting, sitting on a chair is great. Just make sure that you don't use the back as a support, but rather support your own body. Feet flat on the floor if you are in a chair. If you have any sort of issues, feel free to just lie down, right? And just be comfortable. And you can still elicit this feeling of just groundedness. So you just want to feel heavy and rooted and here. At the same time, we want to just feel uplifted and light, right? I love playing with that juxtaposition of like strength and lightness, right? So just strong, rooted in our foundation, but we're also moving upwards, light, uplifted, top of the head reaches up. Similarly, feel that beautiful strength in your back body, which means that you can afford to be soft in your front body. So relax your belly just a lot. Allow your chest to open. Allow all the muscles of speech to relax, especially the jaw. So much tension is held in our jaws. Just go ahead and just relax all of the muscles of your face. Hands can simply rest palms down wherever they fall naturally. Breathing is natural in and out of the nose. What's helpful is to rest the tongue on the roof of the mouth with the lips simply slightly parted. That also helps to keep the jaw relaxed. And this is our simple posture. This is our beautiful posture. Just allow yourself to be in your body, however that feels in this moment. Just allow yourself to land. And this is mindfulness of body. And the next step is mindfulness of breath. I should also mention that you should take a nice soft gaze with your eyes cast down anywhere 4 to 6 feet in front of you. If you could imagine your eyeballs just resting back in their sockets. And you want to take a nice soft gaze so that you're not staring at anything in particular, but just allow your whole field of vision in, okay? This is an eyes open practice because we're practicing being awake. We're practicing being alert and aware. That was something new for me. So it's also helpful to keep yourself from not falling asleep during your meditation practice. And so our breath is our anchor. So we come into mindfulness of breath. We simply anchor ourselves to our breath, however our breath is feeling to us. We want to just feel our body breathing. And so it's more about just noticing our breath or thinking about our breath. It's just really feeling that sensation of breath, that rhythm, that cycle of the inhale followed by the exhale. Sometimes I focus on the rise and fall of my belly. Sometimes I just focus on the movement of air in and out of my nose. Wherever that's most pronounced for you, just allow your attention to rest on your breath. Feel your body breathing, the beautiful vessel that it is. We don't even have to think about it. The inhale comes in, slowly turns into the exhale. Slight pause. The cycle begins again. We don't have to try. We don't have to do anything about it. So just allow your attention to ride those waves. And so as we find ourselves anchored into our breath, mindfulness of mind comes about because we are anchored in our attention right now. And so our minds are going to continue to make thoughts. One of the biggest misconceptions about breathing practice or meditation is that we have to turn our brains off, that we have to stop ourselves from thinking. No, never, never. That's never the intent. So our thoughts are just over here because right now we're focused on the feeling of our breath. Most of our thoughts will come and go, no problem. Sometimes, though, if we become distracted by a thought to the point where we've forgotten about our breath, that is actually the practice of meditation. That moment when we notice that we're thinking. And that's the opportunity. The opportunity is knowing that we have a choice, that we can simply let go. And it's just as simple as just simply like dropping a pebble, right? Dropping a little stone that you might have in your hand of, I'm just going to drop that thought, let it be on its own, let it be as it may. And we just simply escort ourselves back to our breath, back to our anchor, back to ourselves, and we begin again. And so you want to do that with a sense of being deliberate about it, of letting go, but also this sense of gentleness. So we're not going to beat ourselves up. So we really want to bring a sense of compassion and matter-of-factness of like, oh, I'm thinking, doesn't matter what you're thinking, but we're simply choosing to let go and come back. And the coolest thing about this practice is that we have an infinite number of fresh starts. We simply begin again, and that's the practice. And we will sit together. and just simply let the technique go. Thank you for your meditation, your breathing practice, sitting with me. Thank you for practicing together. It's one of the most special things that we can do. Okay, so I use the Insight Timer. I have a group on here called 365 Mindful Days. Would love for you to use it. It has a lot of great guided meditations, but I just use it as a timer to keep track of my minutes that I sit and breathe on a daily basis, ideally. And one of the cool things, so it tells me here, so we had 44,162 people meditate with us just now, sit and breathe. And I also use it as an accountability. Right now it's mostly me, but I just put in there, I'm on day 44. So I put just 44/365. So this is an opportunity for you to be connected, for us to be connected. It really is my dream to ultimately really just do this work full time and be able to host daily live guided meditations where we can sit together, even if it's for a few minutes at a time. It really is significant. It's an important practice, really, to just help ourselves just be. So for me, even now sitting, I think we sat together in silence for about 3 minutes once we came into posture and grounded ourselves in our posture, anchored into our breath, and set our minds in terms of letting our thoughts be as they may. So it's not a lot of time, but even in that time, I found myself just letting go and letting go of all the things that I can't control, letting go of my inner agitation. I do feel better. I found myself ruminating, and that's when I noticed that I was then thinking, attaching to thought, and then I allowed myself to let go of those thoughts as best as I could, and then come back to my breath. And so I would love for you to comment below this video if you, just let me know what you think. If it helped you take a few moments to sit and breathe, let me know that. Do a post in the portal and share when you sit and breathe. Show a little picture of where you did that. And the idea is to, again, encourage each other to create that space and time for ourselves every day, help each other make that a priority. And when we put it out there more, when you do that, you inspire others to take that step and to explore and experiment with the practice. And that's personally my goal is to, have the space for us to share about that. And maybe this kind of practice is not a good fit for you, but my hope is that it can at least help open the door for you to explore all of the different types of meditation that there are out there. And let us know what you are experimenting with. Let us know if you have a favorite meditation teacher, if you have a favorite app, if you have a favorite YouTube channel that you might follow and listen to. Also, the space in 365 is about sharing resources. So please let us know what you are finding, what's working for you, what's helping you support your own well-being. And I hope to do more of these videos to encourage us to sit and breathe together. So thanks for joining me, and I will catch you again soon. Bye.